Hello, hi, good morning. I'm here with regular coffee and milk with a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. I don't even have, Aldi has their own brand of ultra filtered milk. It's a little higher protein than regular old milk. Ran out of that. The only protein powder that I have right now is chocolate. I'm not looking to do a chocolate protein coffee situation today. Some days I enjoy it, but it's usually around Christmas time that I like that chocolatey flavor. I add a little mint extract to it. It's like a peppermint mocha iced coffee situation. I just don't want it in the middle of summer. So that is the coffee of the day today. I feel kind of tired today, but had great sleep last night. I've been reminding myself over and over at night that I really need to get good sleep and recover if I want this weight loss journey to keep going. And I am being somewhat successful at the no scrolling in bed rule. I think what really helped with that rule is that I like to fall asleep at night to YouTube, and I made a whole separate sleep playlist on my phone of things that I could just like listen to as I fall asleep. So then I'm not looking for videos while laying in bed to fall asleep to. I just have a whole playlist of things that I want to listen to. So I got that going now, and that has been helpful. And I just tell myself that I can scroll on the couch and look for these videos all I want. But as soon as I get into bed, then it is time to go to sleep. Unfortunately, instead of going to bed at 9 o'clock like I used to do, I'm now going to bed at like 10:30-ish because of that rule. But I'm going to sleep at before 11 o'clock now. So I think it's helping. I think my rule is helping. Yesterday was a rest day. I was gonna vlog it, but I decided to just continue to rest. So that is what I did yesterday. I actually did a little bit of shopping with my kids because they got some money for their birthday and they went to go and pick out their birthday present. That is what they are currently playing with. They picked out a remote control car, each of them. There's a red one and then there's a blue one, and they are chasing each other with them. So they're very entertained, but they may be very loud today. I can hear them screaming. I'm hoping my microphone doesn't pick it up. That was the whole point of me getting a microphone, was for it to not pick them up, but I feel like it still does sometimes. I'm just feeling tired. Maybe I'll splash my face with some cold water. Let's wake up. Okay. Did that help? Maybe a little bit. I don't know if that helped so much, but come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Why am I drinking coffee? I'm almost done with my coffee and I'm still not awake. I'm gonna admit it is 10 o'clock in the morning and I've been up since 6. So I've been up for 4 hours and I'm still exhausted. And maybe that is partially to do with the fact that I've been playing Stardew Valley for like 4-ish hours. I took some breaks to get my kids settled, to get my kids their breakfast. You know, I was probably only playing for like 2 hours. I wasn't playing the full 4 hours. I'm struggling here between, I want to be able to sit and rest. That is my July goal this month, is just recovery. Sitting, resting, not feeling like I need to be up and doing something all the time, but I also don't want to get too far to the other side where I'm just sitting all the time. It's hard. It is. And also Stardew Valley is a lot of fun, and there's really always something that you could be doing in that game. At least with Animal Crossing, it feels like, unless you do time travel, that you can finish your day's task within like an hour, 2 hours, and then I can put it away for the day. So maybe I need to get back to Animal Crossing, but I'm really enjoying Stardew Valley. I don't think I'm gonna be getting away from it for a little bit. Anyways, I need to go and get my workout in. I still need to eat breakfast. I'm not feeling like eating breakfast, so I may just bump up my breakfast quite a bit so it can be a breakfast lunch combo, brunch. There is a word for that. Okay, let's go do my workout. Today is upper body day. I would love to do abs at the end of it. I have all day. We have no plans today. I would like to get to Aldi to pick up some of the things that I am missing. My milk, my protein powder. I need some water flavors because, fun fact, I can't drink just plain water because I'm just like everybody else, I guess. I'm very jealous of my husband will drink straight up just water all the time, and he doesn't care about the temperature. He doesn't care where it comes from. He probably should care about where it comes from, but he does not care about where it comes from, the temperature, the flavor, none of it. He just will drink water and he will be happy. And I am like, if I'm gonna drink plain water, it has to be ice cold. And even then, I'm not gonna drink a ton of it. So I have to flavor my water, otherwise I dehydrate myself. We are babbling for procrastination. Let's go. Ah! Our TV broke and we're saving for a new one, but I put the lights that were behind our TV above our kitchen cabinet here. The kids love the rainbow setting, so I should probably change that for the video, unless you are cool with the rainbow vibe. I feel like it might be a little distracting. Maybe we should go for red to match my top. My kids are playing together very nice, but there is a lot of yelling involved. Red. I'm gonna turn on the lights anyways. Why isn't that working? Why is my light not working? Why is everything breaking around me? We had our TV break. We had our air fryer break. So now we have a new air fryer. Everything is just breaking. Okay, it is time to make myself my breakfast lunch. 1 egg. Wash the egg ick off my hands. We got chocolate protein powder from Aldi. I need to go and get the vanilla so I can have my protein coffees. By the way, I'm making a protein pancake, a microwave protein pancake, because making pancakes on the stovetop with protein powder, they always are flat. They're like burnt, but they're still wet on the inside. It's awful. So microwaving it actually works a lot better and it's a lot less work. I'm gonna add a little bit of water so the protein powder can mix a little better. Yesterday I forgot to add baking powder to it and it was fine, but every other recipe tells me to add a little baking powder. I measure with my heart. I'm sure there's an actual measurement out there to it, but if it doesn't really affect my calories, like romaine, carrots, or whatever, sometimes I just completely skip measuring and weighing and all of that, which could contribute to some of my stall/slow weight loss, but I don't know. If you're overeating on carrots, I feel like it shouldn't, because I could be overeating on ice cream like I did a few weeks ago. So a few days ago, I was definitely on my overnight oats kick, and that was what I was mixing my chocolate protein powder with. The past couple of days, I've been really into the protein pancakes, and a lot of that is because for my son's birthday, my youngest son, just turned 3, he loves breakfast foods, and breakfast foods and chips. His birthday was last week, and we had breakfast for dinner because his favorite thing to eat is breakfast, and usually I only allow him to have like the sausage corn dogs that I get at Aldi just in the morning, because otherwise, I'm telling you, you give him one too many sausage corn dogs, one too many chips, and he will not eat anything other than those things for the rest of the day. So we have to cap those things, so he'll eat like a fruit or a vegetable or like a chicken breast or something. This is gonna go in the microwave. Anyways, we had breakfast for dinner. I like to make it so that I can eat the same thing as the rest of my family as much as possible. Sometimes that means I just have a smaller portion of whatever they're having. Sometimes it means I have like a completely different version of the meal. like burger night, I swap out the regular hamburger bun for a keto bun to save on the calories, bump up the protein and fiber. I use reduced fat and American cheese on my burger. So like I'm having the same thing as the rest of my family, so I don't feel like I'm missing out, but I'm making swap. So my swap for breakfast for dinner was to make the protein pancake, and I haven't had these in a while, and I discovered I really like it. The protein pancake was the only thing that I had planned for breakfast today. We're gonna bump it up so that I can combine breakfast and lunch. So let's add some of this yogurt on top. We'll do a serving of this. A serving is 170 grams, 90 calories, and 14 grams of protein. I'll add that. I think I'm gonna add some frozen strawberries. How much protein are we getting so far? 54 grams of protein. Usually I wanna get about 30 grams of protein per meal. So since I'm combining the two meals, I wanna get to 60 grams of protein here. So, powdered peanut butter. Let's add 4 tablespoons of it. That'll add 100 calories, but it will also add 12 grams of protein, which I think brings me to my goal of 60 grams. Yep, it'll be 66 grams of protein, 510 calories, although that is also adding in the milk that I put in my coffee this morning. That was 60 calories, probably like 4 grams of protein. So with powdered peanut butter especially, but with a lot of things in general, I feel like weighing it out is the way to go. Because every time I've weighed it and used the tablespoon to measure, it's been completely off. Sometimes a tablespoon weighs way more than what a tablespoon is supposed to weigh on here, or sometimes it's way less, so just weighing it out is easier. So I'm going to want 13 plus 13 because I'm doing 2 servings of this. 26 grams. I doubt my math all the time, no matter how simple it is. I will whip out a calculator. Now I have to very carefully mix this so I don't make a mess, but I'm probably going to. I should have just gotten a bowl out. I thought I could get away with my 1 cup measuring cup thing. Sorry, words are hard when I'm trying to focus on not making a mess. But I should have just grabbed the bigger bowl. Should have done it. It's not even like I'm really saving much on dishes anyways. A bowl's a bowl. Peanut butter yogurt. Good to go. All right, I'm just gonna flip this over. I don't know why I like to flip my pancake over. The bottom is really ugly. This looks off. Let me get a nice pretty bite to show you. Look at that. Wow, it's like a chocolate PB&J. I might just get rid of lunch every day. This is so good. I just finished that pancake and I am stuffed. I have not eaten that much protein in one sitting in a minute. And I feel it. I also have this problem a lot of times, no matter how high calorie the food is, I always want something sweet after. It's something that I've been working on for literally forever, but it has especially escalated after my month of just going ham on sweets. So it's something that I've been working on, but the fact that that meal was a sweet meal, I'm not craving sweets after, obviously, because I already had the sweets. Am I looking stronger? Okay. I think I see something. I'm hoping that at some point this little like droopy situation figures itself out. I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about my insecurity with my arms, but it's real. It's like, it's what I feel a lot. And I loved when I finally could like hold my arms down like this and there wasn't a crease right here. Because I used to like have a fold right here. Now I don't. But when I raise up my arms, I feel like I can see where my arm actually is, and then there's like this just wing of fat or loose skin, or probably both. And I'm hoping at some point it just tightens up. I know that there's a chance that it won't at all, and it's just wishful thinking, but it is what it is. I'm not planning on getting any type of surgery on anything because one, surgery sounds frightening, and I feel like the amount of loose skin that I have doesn't really equal needing surgery, like needing surgery. If it was like irritating me or like medically necessary for some reason, then I probably would. Or if I felt like such an intense insecurity about it, like, yes, this is an insecurity, but is it that intense? No. I'm still wearing tank tops. I'm showing off my arms. I'm not freaking out about it at every point. I just bring it up because my channel is about my weight loss journey, and that is a part of my weight loss journey. I also have loose skin from having babies and also just being overweight in general. Combo, both, one or the other, I don't know. But this is the belly, loose skin, fat area, which I don't know. I don't even know what it looks like because I don't have my glasses on. Well, you know what? It's not as bad as it could be. I'm looking at it in the mirror. I don't really look at myself in the mirror when my stomach is out. Just protecting myself. Anyways, I'm gonna take a body shower. That's why my hair is clipped all funny, because I'm gonna try to not get it wet. Then we're gonna go to Aldi. So I'll see you after we get back from Aldi. It's been hours since the pancake bowl and I am still sickly full. So we'll see if I'm even interested in eating dinner tonight. Obviously I will eat something, but it might be one of those nights where I'm struggling to eat. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes I have like an appetite that just cannot be quelled, and sometimes I have zero appetite. But we are just getting back from Aldi, and I thought I'd do a little Aldi haul for you. Here is the love of my youngest life, the pancake sausage on a stick. We call them sausage corn dogs. I bought myself a bag Italian salad. Sometimes I buy the romaine and chop it up, and when I'm feeling lazy, I usually go for this or the garden salad from Aldi. I'm feeling so lazy. I'm so glad that I went shopping absolutely stuffed, because I still bought a lot more than what was on my list. I can't even imagine if I had gone shopping while hungry. Here's the ultra filtered milk that they have from Aldi. It has more protein in it, so I usually will use this in my recipes just to bump up the protein a little bit. I bought 3 of these protein puddings from Aldi. I like them. I've heard a lot of people dislike them. Let me know if you've tried these and tell me what you think. Do you like them or do you hate them? I tend to like things that are kind of gross and bland and the texture's odd. I don't know. I feel like I have a very weird taste palette, because usually when people are talking about how much they dislike something, I'm like, I'm super into it. And I'm a picky eater. I'll either just straight up eat these plain, or I'll add something to it, like some crushed up Oreos, or these might be kind of good on my protein pancake actually. So they are 120 calories and 15 grams of protein per cup. They were still out of my vanilla protein powder. It's been about a week since I've been there. So I decided to pick up these ultra filtered milkshakes. Maybe I'll add these into my coffees, but if I add the entire bottle into my coffee, it just is way too milky. 150 calories, 30 grams of protein. Okay, here's where I need some advice, because these smell really good. I know people use these to cook their chicken, or they just straight up eat them. Give me advice. How should I use these? Because they smelled really good. I was thinking of just putting it in with my crock pot chicken, right? Also, are you supposed to cut out the seeds or something? I am a complete newbie to, what are these even called? Mini sweet peppers. Give me advice on how to use this. Again, grew up a picky eater. This, as a picky eater, I am frightened, but smelling it, I am intrigued. So let me know about that. Should we talk about the aisle of shame? Because it got me this time. I got a step stool for the kids in the bathroom. I think this is gonna be a good height for them. We have a step stool, but it's not a folding one. So I feel like I'm always kicking it out of my way. I think this is gonna be a lot nicer. This might be slightly taller than the other one, but it's fine. I needed something that I could fold away and not be tripping over all the time. And then my kid needed a water bottle, and he doesn't have any that are insulated. I liked the handle on this. It's got a little straw. I think this will be perfect for him. So I gotta wash that up for him. These are my favorite drink enhancers. Strawberry, watermelon. Last time we went shopping, we got baby carrots. And when we went shopping today, my son says he wants mama carrots. He probably will not eat these, but I bought them. I'll find a use for them. I like carrots. I just don't know. I usually don't like to eat the giant carrots, so I gotta cut these up and put them in something. These are great compared to buying a full-on potato because I'm the only one in my family that eats potatoes. We are a lineage of picky eaters, and what we are picky about does not make sense ever. I don't know why they don't like potatoes because they love French fries. But this is like a good amount for me for like 2 weeks. Sometimes I can get my oldest to try a little bit of this one, especially if he helps me cook it. So hopefully that happens. These were new at my Aldi. I'm a little nervous because they are buffalo style, so I think they're gonna be kind of spicy. I have been working on my spice tolerance, and I think I'm getting pretty good. I'm getting from like, ooh, that's really sad, coming from like a Midwesterner, to, ooh, that's really sad, coming from somebody maybe in Central America. Per stick, this is 60 calories with 9 grams of protein, and there are 5 sticks. Paid like $5 for this, so hopefully it's a good deal. Did I buy the other one? Oh, I ended up buying these turkey sausage snack sticks. Not the greatest form of protein, but I do remember my kids really liking these also. We can share them. 80 calories for 2 sticks, 7 grams of protein. I've been trying to get myself to like nuts a little bit more because healthy fats and stuff like that. I don't eat a lot of good fats. I hate anything that swims. Any seafood, I hate it. I should get back on the fish oil game because I don't think it's healthy for me to have that complete food group slashed out of my diet. I need omega-3s. I don't know, do these have omega-3s? I'm not sure, but this is something that I'm trying to work on. Some of these are covered in chocolate. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong one. There was this exact box, but it had like chocolate covered cashews and peanuts and almonds, and these are just lightly salted. This is probably healthier for me, but I wanted to ease my way up to this. Okay, maybe my kids will like it. My kids have been super into these bars. They're just baked oat bars, and the ingredients I don't think are really bad. So I've been getting that for them. One of them likes the green box, one of them likes the purple box. So that is for them, and I also steal these every once in a while, especially if I am having a really big chocolate craving and I'm hungry at the same time. These are really good to just get rid of that craving and get rid of that quick hunger. For 150 calories, there's not much as far as protein, but it makes me feel better. There are certain situations where this is a really good thing for me to reach for. I promised my kid if he was good in the store that we would get him donuts. He lives for donuts. And we also have bribery. We bribe the children with Kit Kats. And another one of these water flavor things. Is that all I got? I also got 3 gallons of milk. Nothing super exciting there. My kids love milk. They go through milk like crazy. So they got 3 gallons of milk. I'm gonna put all of this away, and then I'm gonna go outside with the kids. My youngest just got a bike for his birthday, so we'll probably go for a bike ride. See how that goes, considering my oldest is very jealous of my youngest getting a new bike. Hey. Okay, back from our bike ride. It is just so humid out lately. It's not even hot out, it's just like the air is disgusting. While we were gone, the mail truck came and look what I got. It's a planner, and I thought maybe I could get a little more organized with my life. I'll give you a look at it. It was like only $7 on Amazon, and it's exactly what I was looking for. It has your day. I don't even know if you can see it all that well. Probably because my face is in it. All right, I'm not the best at using my camera, so I'm sorry if this is out of focus, but it's got your day mapped out by hour, and then it has like a to-do list on the side and top priorities towards the top. And then the other page is just a page for notes. So what I thought would be a good idea is to plan out my day, and then at the end of my day, journal about my day, ideally. Like everybody else, I always say that I'm going to start journaling, and then I just do one day and I forget about it. I did journal like every day in high school, and I feel like that was really nice for me to get everything out of my head, especially, you know, high school emotions, all of that stuff. And while I feel like my life is not as exciting as it was in high school, and I'm going to admit my life in high school was not all that exciting either, so maybe I should be used to journaling an unexciting life, but I'm hoping that I can journal things. And my memory is bad, very bad. So it'll be nice to look back at something and have memories and stuff. I do want to make this a part of the vlogs where in the morning I show you pretty much everything that is planned for the day. And depending on what I write in my journal, maybe I'll share a little bit of that with you. Depends on what I write, how private it is, all that jazz. Let's talk about dinner tonight. I decided to make Alfredo for myself because the rest of the family is having tomato soup hot dish. If you are new to my channel, you probably don't know what that is. I didn't until I married my husband, and it's not my favorite meal. So I'm gonna make myself Alfredo. I have this chickpea rotini that I got from Aldi, and some Alfredo sauce, also from Aldi. Broccoli from Costco. This is the thing from Costco that is a must-have from Costco only. I don't know what it is about the Costco frozen broccoli, but I feel like I get a lot more of the florets than I get of the stems. And the stems, you know, I'll deal with them here and there, but I don't like a majority of my broccoli to be stems. I want the florets. I did not get any chicken breast while I was at the store today, but last week I bought this big bag from Costco. It was on sale. It's rotisserie seasoned chicken breast strips. I don't know if I've tried this before. If I have, it's been a long time, but for a serving, it is 110 calories and 20 grams of protein, which I feel like it's pretty similar to just like a grilled chicken breast. I'm sure there's a ton of like salt and stuff and additives or whatever, but it's a good option for some protein when I just have not grilled chicken. I'm also going to have a side of toast using this bread. It has a little bit of extra fiber and protein in it. And what I'm gonna do for this is I'm just gonna toast it up because especially with Alfredo, I pretty much just use this to scoop my Alfredo and dip it. So if I put butter on it, it really doesn't matter, and it's just adding some extra calories. So we're gonna skip the butter, and I'm just gonna use this as kind of a dipping situation. My kids needed some help with their snack, and now I don't remember what I was talking about. So sorry if I completely cut off whatever I was babbling on about. I'm going to make myself a fun drink. I have the sparkling water from Aldi. If you can't tell, I live for Aldi. This is strawberry flavored sparkling water, and I'm gonna add some of my strawberry watermelon flavoring to really bump up the flavor. Got the duck ice. And there we have it. My fun drink for today. I had a lot of Diet Coke in my fridge, and I just went a little too crazy on it. I don't restrict myself from Diet Coke, but when I have it in the house, it becomes the only thing that I drink. So I've decided for now, it's going to be a drink that I can have anytime I go out to eat. Or if I'm out and about with the kids and I just feel like I need a little something, I will buy myself one Diet Coke. But buying a whole pack of Diet Coke and keeping it in the house, it's an issue for me. I know earlier in the summer I talked about making a mocktails video, and I do still have that in the back of my mind. I have a list of video ideas that I need to get to. The mocktail one, the Ring Fit Adventure one, although Ring Fit Adventure has kind of been pushed to the side because I've been focusing on Heavy so much lately, the fitness app that I use today. I will for sure, this is for sure set in stone, there will be a video of me trying the Heavy app for 30 days and just a review of the app and talking a little bit more about it. So that is for sure coming, but the Ring Fit Adventure one got pushed to the side. That might be a winter activity. Although now that I think about it, it was nice to be able to do Ring Fit Adventure in the living room because the TV in here was so much bigger, and now the TV is dead. I can try it with the smaller TV that's in the office. It probably would be fine, but I do like to have more room in general when I play Ring Fit Adventure, so I don't know. Maybe that'll be something that I try again. But the mocktail video, I have it planned out. I have all of my recipes planned out. I just need to buy all of the ingredients. And with grocery prices right now, so you can count this maybe as one of the mocktails, which is take a sparkling water and add water flavor to it. That's also how I'm planning on doing my own at-home, like, Alani's. I have those sparkling waters, and I'm just gonna mix in some of these energy things from Walmart. They are 120 milligrams of caffeine, so less caffeine than an Alani. But that's kind of what I want, is a little less caffeine. I need something with like a little kick to it, like get me going, but I don't need something that's gonna have me shaking. The other day, I had an Alani on an empty stomach, and I was shaking. Like too much caffeine, and I was already a little bit like hyped because I had dropped the kids off at the grandparents' house, and I had the whole day to myself to go shopping. I went to the mall. I haven't been in the mall in forever, but I have my friend's bachelorette party coming up, and I needed to buy a gift for the bachelorette party, and I was going through so many different stores trying to find the perfect thing, and I don't even know if I found the perfect thing, but I found something that's gonna work. I know I would like it. I'm just concerned that maybe she won't like it, but whatever, there's a gift receipt. If she wants to return it, she can return it. But yeah, I was going through Victoria's Secret, and I was just like shaking because I was excited to be alone, and Alani on an empty stomach. That was one of those days where I just did not have an appetite. I had just a regular old coffee in the morning, not a protein coffee, just regular old coffee in the morning. And then I went shopping, and I came home, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to force myself to eat a salad with a ton of chicken on it. I put like 250 grams of chicken on it because I was like, I need to get a ton of protein in one sitting. I'm not feeling like eating right now. I know today it sounds like the trend that I've been leaning towards is 0 to no appetite. That is far from the truth. I would say for the month of July so far, it's only been like 2, maybe 3 days that I've felt that. And then the rest of the days I have slightly overeaten. So I think it kind of just evens itself out. But yeah, that day did not have an appetite. Today, not a huge appetite either, but I am very excited about my Alfredo. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, like very slightly hungry. I wouldn't even call it hungry. I'm gonna call it, I feel like my tummy has finally settled, and that pancake is not feeling very like, in my stomach. So it's 4:30. I suppose I could start cooking. I'll take my time. My kids are happily doing their TV time. By the way, their favorite show is Handyman Hell, in case you were curious. And then the classics like Blue's Clues. My youngest likes Little Bear, which is a good low stimulation kind of show. I tried to get him into Franklin because I remember I really liked Franklin and it gives Little Bear vibes, but he was not into Franklin as much, which I was surprised by. He likes turtles. And he likes the Little Bear vibes, but anyways, I'm gonna start cooking. So for the broccoli, I like to roast it, and I feel like that takes forever when they're frozen. I haven't quite figured out a good strategy for it. I've tried, heating it up in the microwave first and then roasting it. I've tried straight up just roasting it. I've tried just putting it on broil. I've tried putting it on broil at the end. I just am not getting the correct amount of roasting for my broccoli yet, so still experimenting on that. I think what works best is to just throw it in and broil it at the end. We got 2 pots on the stove here because one for me, one for the rest of the family. They are getting just classic elbow noodles. I don't know if there are chickpea noodles that come in elbow, but I need that because that is what the rest of the family likes. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but they are picky about the shape of their pasta. So that is for them. And then I got my chickpea rotini, which I need to measure out. So the box doesn't tell me if a serving size is dry or cooked. I'm doing half a serving because I don't want to spend 300 calories of my day on just pasta. So half of 85 grams, I need a calculator. 85 divided by 2 is 42 and a half. So I'm just gonna guess that it means dry. We want 42 and a half dry, which should equal half a cup. This is my half a cup bowl, so we'll see how close it gets to that. A little bit more, but that's fine. Okay. So yeah, pretty close. I probably, if I was not measuring with my scale, would have filled this up more. So I'm glad I used the scale, as usual. In case you're curious about the tomato soup hot dish situation, I have some cooked ground beef here that I'm gonna use. These are leftovers. Don't tell my husband, he's weird about leftovers, especially with meat. So I'm sure he knows and is just not telling me, but a lot of times I will make up a ton of ground beef and I will freeze some of it and put it in the freezer and take it out when I want to make him tomato soup hot dish, because usually when I make tomato soup hot dish, it's one of those nights where I last minute decide to make something, and instead of just doing like hot dogs or chicken nuggets or stuff like that, I just can thaw one of these real quick. A lot quicker than I could thaw a pound of raw meat. I was gonna say, we're gonna just wait for this to boil. I didn't turn on the stove, so I would have been waiting quite a while. I probably should salt it a little bit. That's some chunky salt. That's fine. Oh, I was talking about tomato soup hot dish. So this is the ground beef. We use the elbow noodles, and then the condensed tomato soup, which you're not supposed to water down, even though it's condensed. It just straight up, you just plop. It's really gross. I don't know. If I were to eat this, I would want to add some milk to it. So I gotta let things get started. I suddenly am crashing. The caffeine has gone away, which is probably good. We're getting close to bedtime-ish. It's what, 4:30-ish? So probably good that the caffeine is starting to wear off. Let that cook, and then we will be back to put everything together.
Is it gonna hot?
Yeah, it's hot.
Mom, that's a big mac and cheese. Mom, you got mac and cheese?
I'm making tomato soup hot dish. You're having noodles tonight. All right, the noodles are ready for the tomato soup hot dish. I just need to add in the soup and the beef, and that's it. It's done. Yeah, not my favorite thing, but the rest of the family lives for it. Oh, making a mess, yep. All right, and there we have it. Tomato soup hot dish. Oh no, I might have overdone. My noodles are starting to look like mush. Oh no. Well, I'm still gonna eat it. You know, the Banza noodles never do this. This is my first time trying the Aldi version of Banza noodles. They look a little mushy, although I did kind of just leave them to talk to my mom for like 10-15 minutes, so. They're probably overdone. I did give the broccoli a spray of avocado oil and put it under the broiler for like 10-15 minutes, however long it was that I was talking to my mom. And they still are not the kind of crispy that I want, but any longer that I put them in, I will forget about them and they will just become so burnt. So I'm just gonna cut these up super quick. I am no chef. My technique is not pretty. I'm not touching these because they're hot. Did not measure this, but usually eat about half of the bag worth of broccoli. Sometimes I will just eat the entire bag of broccoli by myself. But that's just because I love broccoli and it is really good for you. So I don't care how much of it I eat. I forgot to make the chicken. Goodness. Let's see what the directions say for this stuff. Oh, there's an air fryer option. Okay, so like 10 minutes in the air fryer for these. And then I will add the Alfredo sauce. Okay, I just opened these up and this is definitely not what I was expecting. I thought they were gonna be more like strips. And they are strips, but they're like chicken strips. I was expecting like thin strips, like the kind that you put on a salad. It's fine. I just will have to chop it up when it's all done. Are these fully cooked already? Okay, it says fully cooked. I hate buying things like this and they're not fully cooked because then I have a lot of anxiety about it just like poisoning me. So it is fully cooked. For some reason I still have that same mentality when cooking from like ground beef or chicken breast, but when it's packaged like this and it says just throw it in the air fryer, I want it to be fully cooked already, so then if I mess up the air fryer, not a big deal. The nice thing about the new air fryer is that it is so quiet that I think that I can actually vlog while it is going. It's going right now. Did you know it? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Okay, let me take a look at these noodles. They're looking a little sad. Yeah, the noodles definitely were overdone. They're literally just mush. Like, look at this. These are supposed to be noodles. That's not a noodle, but that's fine. This is what the chicken ended up looking like. It smells really good. Now we just need 61 grams of my Alfredo sauce. I forgot to, oh no. You know, we're gonna wing it today. That's probably fine. It's just like a ball. Oh gosh. The noodles, this is gonna be something. All right, then we're gonna just finish it with 10 grams of Parmesan cheese. A little extra protein, a little extra something. There we go, dinner. Now in case you're curious about how I feel about these noodles, let's get a bite. Let's get a bite with the chicken and the noodles. Let's see if I can even find a noodle. It's all just mush. Okay. Okay. There's honestly not a lot of flavor. The chicken is really good. Add a little bit of seasoning or something to it. It'd be great. I'm gonna go eat with the family and we'll talk about snacks in a little bit. All right, we have now reached the end of the day. I am about to go and have my snack, which I'm going to have these, I think they're popcorners, protein things. And I was kind of surprised by the amount of protein that were in these popcorner chip things. I love popcorners. Like, I was buying popcorners before they were putting protein in it. So I was on my way to go and buy some popcorners and I just saw the protein ones right next to them and I was like, I'll give them a go. I'm gonna have popcorners anyways. Might as well have a little protein in them. And that is what's going to get me to my 120 grams of protein for today. I'm also going to have an apple with it because that just sounds like a really good combo. I considered having Greek yogurt with it, which I could to bump up the protein, but I've already done that today. We did that for breakfast this morning, so I'm not really feeling it today. In the next couple of days, we're gonna be going to the fair, so we're gonna be eating a bunch of fair food. I'm going to try my best. I did really good last year. I'm gonna try my best to just not order anything for myself and just take bites from everybody, unless I am completely starving, then I will order something for myself. But I'm gonna try my best to not actually eat at the fair and just eat a little bit at home before, a little bit during the fair, taking bites of everybody's foods, and then eat something when I get home. I should probably even meal prep something, but I still need to talk to my husband about what day we're planning on going. So I don't know when it is, but I did keep my calories a little bit lower today to even things out just in case things go south. I think it'll go good. I've been feeling good this past week. I feel like I've been on track for most of it. Yesterday I was a little bit off track, but for the most part, I've been on track for most of it. I am in the 150s again. It's 159, but I am in the 150s again. I didn't give myself a weight goal for the end of July. I kind of just really want to see a difference in my progress pictures, hence me going a little bit harder on the protein and a little bit harder on the strength workouts. So thank you for joining me today and I will see you next time. Bye!